We are on the way to Shenks Ferry Wildflower Preserve. It's one of the places I think is one of the most beautiful sets of wildflowers in the world. I'm sure if you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it in the comments. And I'll show you more when we get there. Alright, there is some amazing old architecture like stonework and things like that. I want to talk a little bit about the soil in this region. We got kind of steep hills, but the soil is still extremely fertile. The excitement begins before you actually get there. There's this enormous rock stone mason tunnel that's really beautiful, and you get to drive through on your way into the tunnel, or into the parking area. The parking area is on the other side of this tunnel. It's a big railroad overpass, which we may show the railroad, I'm not sure. This is an amazing tunnel. It's probably 15 feet tall in the middle and 300 feet long. That's just a guess. It might be 17 feet tall. Anyway, show you more once I find some flowers. Have you ever seen a white violet? This is actually a light yellow violet. I think we'll see yellow ones, violet ones, maybe pure white, but this is just a really light white, or light yellow. Here we've got true purple violets. And a few of them, but I think we'll see a lot on the trail, but they're not the special ones. My last wildflower video, I wasn't able to get real close to these, but this is called a redbud, and they're trees, so sometimes they get too tall and you can't even get close to them, but this one I was able to get close to, because it looks like they planted it just a couple years ago. Okay, my son just said we should show you this bug. It is somewhere there in the center. I don't see it quite yet.
It's down here. Right here.
Okay, right there. In the center of the screen. Okay, so this is one of the plants that we're known for here. I think these are bluebells, and they're not as pretty as they were a couple weeks ago. So we'll see what we find on the trail. Nope. This plant is something my son almost walked into. It's called stinging nettle. If you touch it, if you walk into it, it may get on your skin and hurt you. So stay away from it. Alright, somebody doesn't like being pulled away from stinging nettle, but she'll be crying all the way home if she gets into it. Look at this massive tree. I think that is like 4 foot diameter. Finally, some flowers worth showing on the video. I mean, they're looking pretty good here. Okay, they're on this super steep hillside. I'm pointing almost straight up, it feels like. And there's some up there, some real close here, and some down here at my level. And my daughter is playing in the stinging nettle again. Okay, I am at the actual trail entrance. Well, they used to have a trail entrance here, and then they moved the parking area farther away. And there's lots of different plants here. This is a picture of some of what they're talking about. Woodland phlox is what I just found. Right behind the sign, there's woodland phlox. There's something yellow in here. An orange peel. Okay. Somebody left an orange peel in here. There's the woodland phlox.
Orange than yellow.
Probably it's a cutie or something like that. Alright, I think this is bloodroot, but it's not ready yet. This is some more of those white violets. They said on the sign that there's yellow violets, so hopefully we find those. Here we got some decent Virginia bluebells, and there's a few of them around here. I remember seeing like hundreds of plants all together. There's more phlox. Here's a yellow flower I've been seeing a lot of, but I Don't know what it's called. It looks almost like a strawberry, but I never knew strawberries to have a white or a yellow flower. So tell me in the comments if you know what that flower is. It's not even very good lighting. Okay, my 4-year-old said these are his favorite rocks because they're sparkly. I don't know if that's fool's gold or quartz, but they do kind of look sparkly. Ow. I don't know if the light gives him justice on his phone. Alright, here's kind of what I came for. Steep hillside, and there's wildflowers going up and up and up. And these are the woodland phlox.
Come this way.
And so this trillium flower got hurt by the frost, and that's why it's no longer flowering. Should still be in bloom and beautiful. Again, I think that happened to a lot of the Virginia bluebells too. Most of the trillium are pretty damaged by the frost, but this is one my daughter got on camera that was way off the path. Okay, here we got a lot of frost damage. I think that's actually the stinging nettle that's got so much damage right here, but a lot of damage from frost around here. So that we had a pretty major frost a couple nights ago. Here's a super tiny flower where there's like 100 in a square inch, 80 in a square inch or something. But tell me if you know what type that is. My son was saying that rock looks kind of like a frog. Alright, so these bluebells right here are going to be flowering again in a couple days. I think that'll be like May 1st or so. They'll be really in bloom again. They do look like they were set back by the frost. At least that's what I think I see. Tell me in the comments if you disagree. This trillium plant has almost good flowers. They're still a little bit dying, but they're a lot better than most of these. Here's another wildflower I haven't seen yet today. There's some more. Here's a lot of it. Marukia, hold Devorah's hand. Here is a real specimen of a trillium. Now, there, that's good lighting too. Okay, 8 minutes, 50 seconds in, that's what we got. Did this hike for. Okay, here the power lines are, and they clear cut huge area up and down the valley. And so we've got a different set of plants, but not a lot of wildflowers right now. I'm feeling a little bit disappointed. I thought I was going to see a lot more flowers out here. These violets, they're supposed to be yellow ones here, and I've seen them so many times before, but I'm wondering if the frost or something turned them white. Tell me in the comments if that's possible. There's a butterfly. There's the butterfly fluttering around a little bit. And I can't keep up with it. Right there. Okay, and this is kind of the end of the hike. We got another tunnel, but this tunnel is not for cars to drive through, it's for a stream to come through. That looks like really nice, beautiful water. And we're gonna get our feet wet here, cool off, and then go back to the car. Thank you for watching. I may stick a few things on the end if I find any more interesting flowers on the way. So I'm probably not quite done yet, and then I'll put a link at the end to whatever other interesting wildflower walks we had. I think they built this whole hill a long time ago. They put this, whatever it's called, under aqueduct, I don't know, tunnel for the stream to go through. And that looks like it's 80 feet tall, 100 feet tall up there. With trees that are 2 feet in diameter and plus up at the top. But so this has been here for like 100 plus years, but I think there's a train bed at the top. And so I think they built that to keep it level up there. And this is to get the stream to go underneath.
That's the best water. That's the best place ever.
Okay, so we weren't really excited about the hike, but he said that's the best place ever once he got there. On the way back, I see a mayapple flower. Another flower I hadn't seen earlier in the trip, but hey, we're on the way back, so I'm only going to show the really interesting stuff. I think this is another shade of violet, a very light purple, light violet. One of the super unique things about the soil here at Shenks Ferry Wildflower Preserve is that you got these rocky outcrops and extremely sloped. That's about an 80% slope, and it's still beautiful, amazing soil. That's like Lancaster County soil, just on a steep slope. I'm looking almost up at these flowers up here, and this is so anyway, it's just super steep and still has beautiful, rich soil because of the limestone underneath, I believe. I'm going to show you this plant that somebody showed me here on the trail. This is a dogwood, but most dogwoods are opposite branching. This is alternate branching, so a very rare dogwood. And it's going to flower soon, but not yet. I saw there we have some flower buds.